Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our panel discussion titled FOMO versus JOMO, Work Cultural Differences Between Newer and Older Generations. My name is Nur Adlina Afikah binti Anwar Ahmadi, and I will be serving as the moderator for today's session. Today's discussion will address the contrasting workplace mindset of fear of missing out, often associated with younger generations, and joy of missing out, which many older professionals increasingly embrace. This theme is highly related to SDG 8, which is decent work and economic growth, as we explore how workplace culture impacts mental health, productivity, and sustainable career development in the digital age. According to the 2021 Deloitte Global Millennial and Gen Z survey, 50% of Gen Z and 44% of millennials report feeling anxious or stressed most of the time, driven by constant connectivity and performance pressure. On the other hand, many older professionals have shifted toward JOMO, valuing boundaries and well-being over hustle culture. With this in mind, let's begin by hearing from our first panelist. I would now like to invite Mr. Lokesh, representing the Gen Z workforce. He will speak on the topic, the role of digital connectivity and hustle culture in shaping Gen Z's career path. Mr. Lokesh, the floor is yours.
Hi and good evening, everyone. My name is Lokesh Arya and I'm a KJ metric number 8209095. I'll be the panelist one for our forum today, focusing on the role of digital connectivity and hustle culture in shaping Gen Z's career paths, internships, and early work experiences. In today's digital world, Gen Z workers are entering the workforce with unprecedented exposure to online content that shapes their career expectations and decisions. Unlike previous generations, Gen Z's early professional experience are influenced heavily by digital connectivity, social comparison, and hustle culture, a mindset that glorifies nonstop productivity. These environments create both opportunities and challenges. While digital access allows for personal branding and job visibility, it also fuels FOMO, fear of missing out, leading many young workers to overcommit, jump between roles, or experience burnout early in their careers. These behaviors and pressures directly affect how Gen Z approaches internships, work-life balance, and long-term satisfaction. Without further ado, we'll dive into the key points and what does support those key points. First and foremost is FOMO drives overcommitment and burning out among Gen Zs. The evidence is a BBC Work Life article reports that 80% of Gen Z respondents said that they feel more burnout since the pandemic, higher than other generations. Gen Zers often work longer hours and take on more tasks because they entered the workforce during the pandemic and now struggle with blurred boundaries between work and home. Many feel compelled to prove themselves continuously, leading to stress and exhaustion. Second is social media amplifies comparison, pressuring doing more. The evidence for this is BBC Work Life notes Gen Z's heightened stress in intensified by digital culture and social media, which are designed to create constant comparison and reinforce the feel it your self agency to keep up. Psychological studies also show that social network use increases upward social comparison, especially among younger individuals, making them feel their peers are always ahead. As we can see, the collected evidence strongly supports the argument that FOMO intensified by digital exposure and social media leads many Gen Z workers to overcommit, compare themselves constantly, and experience early burnout. Articles from BBC and Fortune how this generation shaped by the pandemic and other culture is under pressure to prove themselves across multiple roles and platforms. However, this same source also reveals a shift Gen Z is beginning to reject unsustainable work habits and instead embrace JOMO, prioritizing balanced mental well-being and purpose. Next, I'll pass it to panelist two.
Hi everyone,
Thank
my
you,
name
Ms.
is Hari Prasad Kesavan. My metric number is 820-8754. Okay, today I'm going to talk about the aspect of the evolution of work-life balance, boundaries, and how older professionals perceive FOMO and embrace JOMO in adapting to a changing workplace. Okay, older professionals tend to value structured work-life boundaries, viewing rest as essential to long-term productivity. In contrast to today's always-on hustle culture, we prioritize international disconnections and focusing more on quality over quantity. JOMO reflects this mindset. It allows us to protect our time, avoid burnout, and stay grounded in what truly matters at work. Okay, the academic text that I used to as a reference is Fear of Missing Out, FOMO, Implications for Employees and Job Performance by Fritzday and Reiser, which was made in 2022. The source was from the Journal of Psychology, Volume 156, Issue 4, page 256 to 277. The evidence to support my points are based on the article Fear of Missing Out, FOMO, Implications for Employee and Job Performance by Fritzday and Reiser. High levels of FOMO are linked to increased burnout and lower job performance. The research emphasizes that it's not just social media use, but the internal pressure to stay involved that drains the productivity. Then to justify on how the text selected can contribute to our panel discussion is the article directly supports my point as an older generation worker who has experienced both pre-digital and digital work cultures. It backs up the idea that constantly chasing every opportunity, often driven by FOMO, can be mentally exhausting and counterproductive. By bringing in evidence that burnout reduces job performance, I can confidently advocate that JOMO as a healthier alternative and a necessary balance in today's workplace. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Farhanuddin. My metric number is 208766. Okay, from a physiological perspective, FOMO or fear of missing out has a serious impact on how professionals behave and feel at work. Because of social media, people are constantly exposed to others' achievement, promotion, side hustles, or career milestones, which makes them feel like they're not doing enough. This leads to stress, burnout, and a constant need to overwork just to keep up. A 2013 study by Przybylski and his team actually confirmed this. They found that people with high level of FOMO tend to experience lower mood, reduced focus, and higher social media dependency, things that directly affect job performance and mental health. On the flip side, JOMO, or the joy of missing out, is about intentionally stepping back. It's causing rest over constant comparison, and it's knowing that you don't have to say yes to everything to be successful. JOMO allows for better emotional regulation, stronger focus, and long-term well-being. This ties directly to SDG 8, decent economic growth, because promoting mental health at work isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. If you want workplaces that are productive and sustainable, we need to move away from hustle culture and build environments where people feel safe to grow at their own pace. So my takeaway is this: ambition is good, but it has to be healthy. You need to be everywhere, do everything, or compete with everyone to be successful. Sometimes slowing down is exactly what helps you move forward. That's all from me.
To Mr. Lokesh, Hari, and Farhan for those valuable insights. In conclusion, today's discussion has shed light on how workplace culture continues to evolve across generations. While Gen Z faces the demands of hyper-connected, fast-moving environment that often leads to burnout, older generations are embracing healthier patterns through JOMO, prior- prioritizing purpose, well-being, and balance. As we reflect on this, we are reminded of the old saying, health is wealth. No amount of career success can replace the value of mental health and sustainable working habits for any generations. Our panelists have provided compelling insights supported by real data and life experiences that reinforce the importance of the SDG 8, which is decent work and economic growth. And as Steve Jobs once said, your work is going to fill a large part of your life. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. On behalf of the organizing team, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to all our panelists and to each of you in the audience. Thank you once again, and I wish you all a meaningful and enriching day ahead.